lads, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with another championship predictions video for the second game week. I know I've not done the roundup for the first game week, so I'll be doing that. That'll be probably coming out on Sunday. So yeah, we're hopefully getting that out. Yeah, you've probably seen this on Saturday. Obviously, Coventry against QPR, they did play last night, but I had made my predictions before. Just not had time to film the clips and put them into a video. We're also going to be doing a Premier League one. That'll probably be also up today, hopefully before the Saturday games kick off. So without further ado, we're just going to get straight into the championship predictions, and let's see what the games are this week and what I think they will pan out like. The first game then, and it's Coventry against QPR, and I said they have played last night, so I do know the result for this one, and I did get it wrong. I predicted a 1-1 draw between these two teams. Coventry, they were sat in 17th, I believe, before the game last night, and QPR, they were in second on 3 points. Coventry obviously on 0 points, but they did win last night, so they have now got 3 points on the board. Coventry, their last three before this game, they lost 1-0 against Oxford, 3-2 against Plymouth, and then won 2-0 against Forest in... Oh, no, sorry, that's QPR's, because I've written it down wrong. QPR's, where they lost 1-0 against Oxford, lost 3-2 against Plymouth, then beat Forest 2-0, sorry. Coventry, on the other end, their last three, they won 1-0 against MK Dons, lost 2-1 against Bristol City, and then went out in the Carabao Cup, losing on penalties against Gillingham after it was 1-1 in extra time there. So, as I said earlier, I've got this game wrong. I predicted a 1-0 draw. It finished 3-2 in the end. Now on to the Saturday games, and the first game is between Nottingham Forest and Cardiff City, kicking off at 12:30 in about 2 hours or so. And Forest, they currently sit in 23rd spot on 0 points. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of 0 points in this. Obviously, team's not playing much. It's only one game gone. And Cardiff, they're sat in 21st on 0 points. Forest, in their last three, they've won 1-0 against West Brom in a friendly, lost 1-0 against Barnsley in the Cup, and they lost 2-0 against QPR in their last league game. It's in the bottom of the league. Cardiff, I could only find their last two results. They lost 3-0 against Northampton in the Carabao Cup, and 2-0 against Wednesday in their first league game. Obviously, both teams, Forest, obviously, they bottled the playoffs last year, not on a great run of form. Same with Cardiff, obviously losing 3-0 to Northampton and then losing to Wednesday 2-0. So for this one, I think it'll be a tight game. Both teams not on the greatest of form. But I think Norwich, what have I said, Norwich? I think Forest will just be able to nick this one, and I think it'll be a 1-0 home win for Forest. Now on to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and the first game is between Blackburn and Wycombe at Ewood Park. Blackburn currently signed 14th spot on 0 points, and Wycombe 20th on 0 points also. Blackburn, they drew 1-1 with Leicester, and then lost 3-2 to Bournemouth. That was their league game, and lost 1-0 against Newcastle in their Carabao Cup game, so they're out of the Carabao Cup. So that's their last three. Wycombe, on the other hand, they have not won in their last three. They lost 5-1 against West Ham. Lost on penalties against Brentford in the Carabao Cup after drawing 1-0 in normal time there, and then lost 1-0 against Rotherham, obviously conceding a later goal there. Michael Ehekwe with a big goal for Rotherham there to win that game. I think this will be a tight game. I think Wycombe will get a goal, but I think Blackburn are just too strong for Wycombe. So for this game, I think Blackburn will just edge it, just like the Forest against Cardiff game. I think that Forest will edge it, but for this game, I think Blackburn will just edge it over Wycombe, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win for Blackburn. Next game is between Brentford and Huddersfield. Brentford in 16th spot on 0. Huddersfield just a spot below them on 0, also in 17th. Brentford in the last three, they beat Wycombe on penalties there in their Carabao Cup game, but then shockingly lost their first league game against Birmingham 1-0. Bella with a goal there to get Birmingham a shock win there. And then they won their Carabao Cup second round tie, beating Southampton 2-0 there. Huddersfield, on the other hand, they have won and then lost twice back to back. They beat Bradford 2-1 in friendly, lost 1-0 against Rochdale in the Carabao Cup, and then lost 1-0 against Norwich to start their league campaign off. I think for this one, though, Brentford, they're a better side than Huddersfield, so I think they'll probably edge this one quite significantly. And I think Brentford, they're going to win this one 2-0. Next game now is between Luton Town and Derby County. And Luton, they've been on a great run of form recently. They're sat 6th in the table, obviously only after one game, so on 3 points. But their last three, they've won every single one of them. Beat Norwich 3-1 in the Carabao Cup, Barnsley 1-0 in the league, and then beat Reading 1-0 in their second Carabao Cup game, I'm pretty sure, in the second round there, I think. Derby, on the other hand, they have not done so well in their last 3. They've managed to beat Barrow on penalties in their first Carabao Cup tie, then lost 2-0 to Reading in the league, and then got a man sent off and ended up blowing a 1-0 lead against Preston, losing that one 2-1, a Daniel Johnson penalty with the winner there, and they are sat in 22nd spot on 0 points. However, Luton, they may be on a good run of form, but Derby, I think they might be able to bounce back. They showed good signs against Preston. So for this one, I think it'll be a close game, and I think it will finish as a 1-1 draw. Next game is between Middlesbrough and Bournemouth, and Middlesbrough, they're sat in 18th spot after they lost in their first game week, whereas Bournemouth, they're in 3rd spot after a win in the first game week with 3 points. Middlesbrough, on the other hand, in their last 3, they have won 1 and lost 2, beat Shrewsbury 4-3 in one of their Carabao Cup games, and then lost back-to-back 1-0 against Watford in the league, and in their first league game of the season, that was for the entire championship. So a loss there for them. And then in their second Carabao Cup game against Barnsley, they lost it 2-0. Bournemouth, on the other hand, they've technically won every one of their last 3, beat West Ham 5-3 in a friendly, Blackburn 3-2 in the league, and then beat Crystal Palace on penalties. I think this one is really a no-brainer. I think it's going to be a Bournemouth win. Don't know how much by, but I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win for Bournemouth there. Next game is between Norwich and Preston. Norwich sat in 7th spot on 3 points, whereas Preston 19th on 0 points. Obviously, first game week, as I've stressed a couple of times, there's going to be a lot of teams on 3 and 0. I think there was only 1 draw in the total of last game week, and it was between Millwall and Stoke. I believe they drew 0-0. Norwich in their last 3 drew 0-0 against Darmstadt, lost 3-1 against Luton in the Carabao Cup, and then their first league game went to plan, winning 1-0 against Huddersfield. Preston, on the other hand, they've not had a good start to the league season. Lost 2-0 against Everton in a friendly, and then lost 1-0 against Swansea in their league game, but passed through in their Carabao Cup game, beating Derby County 2-1. Obviously, I said it for the Derby game, a red card for Derby in the late stages, and Preston managed to come back. I think for some reason, I just know why, I have a feeling this game will be quite a high-scoring game, and it'll be a close game. I'll see both teams similar form, and I'd say similar match strength teams. Obviously, Norwich, they're not as strong defensively as some of the teams in the Championship. So for this one, I think this one will end as an exciting game. I think it will be a 2-2 draw. Now on to the game between Reading and Barnsley. Reading currently sat in 1st spot after their 2-0 win in the first game of the season. They're on 3 points. Barnsley on 15th spot with 0 points. As I just said, Reading, they won their first game 2-0 against Derby County. That was after they beat Colchester 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. And then, unfortunately for them, they'd go out the Carabao Cup losing 1-0 against Luton Town. Barnsley, on the other hand, they are progressing through to the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. They beat Forest 1-0 in the first round, then lost 1-0 to Luton in the league. And then the second round of the Carabao Cup, they managed to beat Middlesbrough 2-0. This one, I think, despite Reading being top of the league, I think, obviously, they beat Derby 2-0, so that's a good result for them. Derby, a respectable side in the Championship, but I don't know, I just think this will be quite a close game. And Barnsley are on a good run in the Carabao Cup, beating teams like Forest and Middlesbrough, who I'd say on paper are stronger than them. So for this one, I think it will end as a 1-1 draw. Next game is now between Rotherham and Millwall. Rotherham sat 8th spot on 3 points after that late winner from Michael Heckwith against Wycombe. Millwall, on the other hand, they are in 12th spot on 1 point. They were the only team that drew. Rotherham in their last 3 beat Mansfield 3-0 in the Carabao Cup. Drew against Salford in normal time 1-1, and then lost on penalty, seeing them get knocked out of the Carabao Cup there. Oh no, Mansfield was a friendly, sorry, I've just realised. And Salford was their first round of the Carabao Cup, which they went out in. Rochdale, why have I said Rochdale? I'm having a mare, lads. And then their third game, obviously, it was the win over Wycombe, that late goal from Michael Heckwith, winning them that game 1-0. Millwall, on the other hand, they have not lost in their last 3. Beat Crawley 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. Drew 0-0 against Stoke, and then beat Cheltenham 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. For this one, though, Rotherham, despite winning that first game, it was against Wycombe, not one of the strongest sides, and Millwall have been on a decent run of form in the Carabao Cup, and obviously drew 0-0 against Stoke, a good side. So for this one, I think Millwall will find this game relatively easy, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win for Millwall. Next game is between Wednesday and Watford. We're currently sat bottom of the table, obviously, with the minus 12 points. But now we're on minus 9, obviously winning against Cardiff last time out. We won on penalties against Walsall after a 0-0 in normal time. It didn't look too convincing there. But then we performed solidly against Cardiff, winning that one 2-0. And then beat Rochdale 2-0 again in the second round of the Carabao Cup to progress through. And we're going on to play Fulham, I think, as they beat Ipswich. I think Wednesday we're determined to get out of this, to 12-point deduction as soon as possible. Like the scenes at the end of the Cardiff game, I won't call it really scenes, but they're just togetherness, obviously. Although I don't know if you've seen the pictures, I'll probably put it up now, but like they're all just huddled together in a huddle, and yeah, just togetherness is really key there. Watford, on the other hand, their pre-season, well, their start to the season's gone pretty well as well. They beat Spurs 2-1 in a friendly, Middlesbrough 1-0 in a friendly, and then won on penalties against Oxford. They also... Shut up, car. I swear down. This car going... Like, is it autistic? Yes. Watford, they're in 10th spot on 3 points, obviously, after they beat Middlesbrough 1-0. I think with this game, though, I think we've shown real togetherness recently and the performances have been pretty good. So I think we might be able to sneak a win here. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Wednesday might just sneak this one 2-1. Next game now is between Swansea City and Birmingham City. Swansea sat in 9th spot on 3 points, and Birmingham sat in 5th spot on 3 points. Swansea in the last 3 beat Forest Green 2-1, lost 2-0 against Newport there in their Carabao Cup game. A Welsh derby there, pretty big loss for them. Newport getting the bragging rights there, and then their first league game they won 1-0 over Preston. Birmingham, on the other hand, they have had a pretty decent start as well. Won 3-0 against Walsall in a friendly, lost 1-0 to Cambridge in the Carabao Cup, just like Swansea did, losing to a lower league side. But then their first game went to plan, beating Brentford 1-0 there in a shock win. I think both teams are in similar forms. Swansea, obviously, I don't know, I think they've just lost the mojo a bit since last season. So, and Birmingham, or obviously beating Brentford last time out. So I think they'll be really hyped up for this game. So I think this will be a close game, and I think it will end up as a 1-1 draw. On to the final game of the Championship predictions now, and it is 13th place Stoke against 4th place Bristol City. Stoke on 1 point, obviously they drew against Millwall, the only game drawn, and Bristol on 3 points. Stoke, they've had a decent pre-season, beat Newcastle 1-0 in pre-season, then drew 0-0 with Millwall, and then beat Wolves 1-0 in their Carabao Cup game, scoring late on there. Bristol, on the other hand, they've won everyone in the last 3, beat Exeter 2-0 in a Carabao Cup game there, then beat Coventry 2-1 in their league game, and then beat Northampton 4-0 in their Carabao Cup game. A real hammering there from them. I think for this one, Stoke, they're a good side, but Bristol on a real roll of form at the minute, obviously. So I think this game, I think like most games, obviously a lot of games in the Championship are close games. So I think this again will be another close game, and I think Bristol City will maybe just be able to nick it here. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win for Bristol. Alright lads, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching if you are still here. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment below. Leave your predictions in the comments below. Feel free, if you get any right, they'll be on the screen at the start of the next, roundup video probably. So yeah, obviously look out, watch out for the Premier League predictions video coming soon. As you've seen, the other one is probably already out, or at least it's going to be coming out soon. So yeah, look out for that. Don't forget to follow all my socials. It's Dan Talks CFL on all of them. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one, lads.